Welcome to Non-Fungible Guys. This is a podcast about... Wait, is that what I say? No.
Nope.
I am one of your hosts, Devon C. Codrington. I'm joined by my trusty co-host, bro-host with the most beautiful bald head in the world.
NFG Ryan, what's going on, everyone?
NFG Ryan. This is a podcast about cryptocurrency, NFTs, the blockchain, and everything in between. Some people say we only care about Cardano, but that's not true. Did I say that right? Cardano? Yeah, but that's not true. We care about all blockchains and all NFTs and all cryptocurrencies. We're here for everybody. Basically, we're a Web3 podcast. And this episode is special. It's actually my favorite episode because every episode that we're doing is my favorite episode. We have a special guest today, actually part of the extended NFGs team. You might have heard us mention in the background a lot of different things about our producer. We've mentioned a Patreon account that doesn't actually exist, but is a running joke. If you know, you know. And without further ado, we're pleased to mention
we're bringing on
producer Paps.
What's going on, Paps?
Welcome.
Good. Doing good, guys. How are you?
Was that intro good enough for you?
It was as butchered as it normally is. So.
This guy knows.
That's a true fan. True fan. Oh, that's great.
Butchered as it normally is. That's the first thing this guy said on online.
That's what we've been waiting for. The truth.
This is great. Oh, guys, this is going to be a rough episode for me. I can tell.
Yeah, we're well aware, buddy. Just after that intro, we're like, all right, setting the tone early, buddy.
Here we go.
Here we go. Paps, what's up? You're coming from, you're living in the UK, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. How's that compared to Canada?
Warmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It is snowy. We got about 2 centimeters of snow and it's like -4 out right now. So it sucks. But it could be worse, right, Devon?
It could be much worse. I don't know how right now, but it could be, it could be worse. At least we got power and internet so we can record this podcast.
There we go. That is true. Otherwise,
it's a balmy 10 degrees over here. So.
Actually, damn.
But it's cloudy like usual, right?
Oh yeah. That's the UK for you.
Yeah, that's it, man. You got to enjoy the 3 days of sun that you get.
It's just permanent cloud.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't get seasons.
No, yeah, there you go. That's it. So, all right, how do you want to start off, Mr. Producer Paps? Would you like to, you know what? Who the fuck are you?
Well,
I'm a super fan, aren't I? I just started pestering you ages ago.
Hilarious.
You know what? I was trying to think when I was writing kind of like little questions I was like, how the hell where did we first meet? Because I know Properties was one, but did we meet prior to that or was it in Properties?
Yeah, it was Post-Apocalyptic Club that became Zone.
Yes, that is true. Okay.
So,
I remember talking in there by myself. We were going to have them on too. They ghosted us, ironically, because their symbol was a ghost for a while.
Nice.
So it was in PAC and then, I guess Zone now. And then you came over to Properties, right?
Yeah. So it was in PAC that that's when I first heard your podcast. And you talking about properties. So I jumped in there. And then rest is history. So I was just spending ages in properties.
Yeah.
Still in properties.
Yeah, you're the sheriff of the social club, or would they make
I am the sheriff at the moment.
Yeah. Is it a monthly title, sheriff?
Yeah, monthly, based on so they have sort of a monthly review of who's retweeting, liking, posting stuff about the project, and that person becomes the sheriff for the next month.
Fair enough.
So.
That's all right. And then we spent so much time talking and leveling up and doing all sorts of shit in that Discord. And now it's the little ghost town.
It is a bit. It's a shame. It's a shame.
But,
really good project, but
do you believe in it though?
I'm still holding. Paps, are you?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. It's just one of those things where they pegged their project on Sandbox, and Sandbox didn't deliver how they expected to, and so they are impacted by that.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. They tried pivoting with What was the Minecraft one? I already forget. It wasn't even that long ago.
NFT Worlds.
NFT Worlds, yeah. I haven't even looked up that in a while. How bad is that doing right now?
Well, it's got. I mean, Microsoft pulled the plug on that because that's why they folded, is because Microsoft said you can't use Minecraft for NFTs.
That's right. They took away the crypto capabilities of it, right?
Yeah, so that just blew that one straight out of the water.
Oh, you know what? There's still 0.73 ETH. It's not terrible.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you do with that?
I mean, each NFT was its own world, but it was based on, I guess, would it still be, I guess, how would it, you could still use it and still build the world, right? Like they're allowing it to be, or is it not even allowed to be an NFT?
I have no idea. I mean, it's still the NFT. It's just the access to the Minecraft server.
That's not, hey, the floor is still $1,000 US. That's not bad compared to some of the projects out there, right?
For something you can't use, yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's all right. So yeah, properties have pivoted. Now it's like, unfortunately, their Discord's kind of turned into a shill for DM me and I'll make you $5,000. All you got to do is slide into my DMs or add me to WhatsApp. And it's like, it's brutal.
Yeah,
I know the social club is going. You guys are chatting in there in the social club.
A bit, yeah. I mean, even that's quite quiet. There's only a few of us in there. I mean, It's not like pre-mint. I mean, pre-mint was absolutely crazy. There was just loads of people in there chatting all the time, 24/7. You could go in there anytime and there'd be a load of people chatting away.
Yeah, there was a flurry of activity. And then I think it kind of got deflated once Sandbox got delayed. And then I haven't even seen what the update for Sandbox opening up. Was it first quarter 2023, or are they now pushing it to like? Who knows?
I haven't looked. Should go and
should look it up. But so I guess for yourself, how did you get into the crypto and like what got you into the space? Was it NFTs or crypto first?
No, it was crypto originally. Many years ago. I was talking probably 2012, 2013.
Oh, damn.
I heard about this thing called Bitcoin. And I was looking at it. I remember talking to people about it, but didn't understand sort of why it might be important.
Yeah.
So it was only sort of 2018 where I thought, oh, this is going to be this. It suddenly dawned on me why that might be important. So lost the big run up. I can remember back in the day, Bitcoin going up to $150.
Yeah.
So I can sort of remember those times, just didn't act on it, which was a bit of a bummer. You can always look back and sort of, I wish I'd done that.
I do that with $200. I remember looking at it 200 and I was like, I'm going to buy it. And then I got a wallet and I was confused because it's like, I printed a piece of paper and they're like, this is your wallet. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And I was just like, forget it. It's too confusing to me. And then you just watch it skyrocket up.
Yeah. So, 2018, 2019, originally got into Ethereum, started to learn about all the sort of stuff, and then learned about Polkadot. And thought, this is interesting. So got into Polkadot, didn't get in pre-launch, but got in close afterwards.
Yeah.
Before sort of the end of, 2019, before things started ramping up for everything. And so, yeah, it's got mixture of things. So I like to dabble. I like to look at things that are interesting. And Polkadot is one of those ones that really interests me just because, well, it was one of the things that I think is not so much interesting about it, but when I looked at Ethereum, I went, okay, you got most of the founders split and went off and did other things.
Yeah.
Now, if that was an ordinary business, that'd ring alarm bells.
Yeah.
So why did that happen? So obviously you guys are big fans of Charles and Cardano. or Cardano, as we could call it.
Oh, no way. I've never heard it said like that. Cardano?
Yeah.
It's
I think
Cardano.
Cardano.
You've been saying Cardano. That's what, yeah, Cardano.
We got chirped for it on the newest episode of F-35ers that was dropped today. Did you end up watching that, Devon?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I got
Or
the
Davon?
Yeah, call me Davon, actually. Feel free to do that. I don't mind that. It's pretty funny. Yeah, that gave me a good laugh, man. Those guys are freaking awesome, actually. Yeah. Sorry. I was talking about F-35ers.
Yep, off a tangent.
No.
Yeah. So obviously the original Ethereum team sort of split up, and Charles went one way. Gavin Wood, who was the CTO of Ethereum, went another way, and he founded Polkadot. I remember reading it and thinking, man, this is complicated, but it makes sense. I like the sound of what it was doing. And so just dove a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And just sort of didn't put all my effort into Polkadot, but that's where I spend most of my time.
You're definitely our Polkadot master, holding my hand through a lot of this stuff. But before we go there, whose Discord is it that keeps beeping? Is it yours, Devon or Davon?
It's
probably mine.
It's Paps.
Is it Paps? Okay.
But it's funny though, because my WhatsApp was going off and I just had to shut that down. I had the owner of Waterfall Club actually messaging me.
Oh, look at that.
Throwback.
Name dropping.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just I kept hearing the bloop bloop.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, all right, if I can hear it, everyone else. Yeah, everyone. I'm looking at mine. I'm like, okay, no, I know it's closed.
Yeah.
Anyways,
mine's on. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. Don't ever let it happen again. But that's okay. So then the owner split. So you kind of leaned more towards Polkadot.
Yeah. And I guess the biggest challenge with Polkadot is where Ethereum was and Ethereum is with, even when we go to Ethereum 2, it's one main blockchain, and then you've got this vast array of different projects at layer 2s that sit off the top of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one chain that sits within the Polkadot ecosystem. Literally, you could host Ethereum on one of the chains on Polkadot. So you've got that. So basically, Ethereum times 100.
Oh my god!
And what's one thing I've never fully understood, and I could be asking this wrong. I haven't done. This is another one of those things in the research bin that I just never get to about the connectedness of the parachains. Is it?
Yeah.
Usually I have a solid understanding of the technology. I say solid. The overview of the concept I get,
Yeah.
With the parachains, I used to know this, I've forgotten. What is the deal there? Like, is it the multiplier and it just allows you to test and do things? Like, why is the multiple connected chains what gives it that future proof advantage or whatever? What is the whole selling point there for
Right. Okay. So if we take a little bit of step back and look at Ethereum, because obviously we look back at Ethereum because with Gavin being CTO of Ethereum, a lot of the structure of that has sort of also made its way into Polkadot. So Solidity is the language for smart contracts around Ethereum. The language on Polkadot is Substrate. Okay, so everything is built on Substrate. You don't have to use Substrate to write a Polkadot parachain. And all a parachain is a blockchain based on the Polkadot structure. There are other blockchains out there that use Substrate that aren't part of Polkadot at all.
Oh, okay.
But if you do write it in the way that it can be accessed through the Polkadot sort of system, Polkadot is the base security layer for all of the connected layer ones. So it's they call it a layer 0 because it sits below a layer 1. And the way that sort of, because they use this substrate itself has like a lower level wallet. So when you set up your account for Polkadot, you're actually setting up a substrate account that sits below that. And so that's why when you go into Talisman or any of the other wallet providers, you can switch from Polkadot to Kusama.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was like, that's why Talisman works like that. I didn't know that. I was actually wondering. Okay, cool.
So it sits just below. And so that just means everything is connected together. And it makes it a little bit more challenging to get your head around because you have got two separate networks to deal with. It's Polkadot, which is their main full live sort of high value system, which is a bit unfair to Kusama because there is a lot of money within Kusama, and it's not a test network in any way. It's
even though it's said like that.
It's called a canary network. So they have two separate test networks, one for Kusama and one for Polkadot. So there's actually 4 networks, but you don't see those two really. No, Kusama has value to it. The whole purpose of Kusama is to try things out, and there is monetary value in it. The whole purpose is that if there's value to it, someone will want to try and get that value. So they test out new things and see if anyone can break in on that system to get that value out before they move those things onto Polkadot. They're set slightly differently. So the schedule of updates and how everything moves is 4 times faster on Kusama than it is on Polkadot. So for example, staking. If you stake on Kusama, and you say, I want to take my funds out, it takes 7 days to get your funds out. But if you do it on Polkadot, it's 28 days. Everything is 7 times slower. So if they make a mistake, they can rapidly switch and make some changes and do updates and stuff like that. That's the other thing with Polkadot, unlike sort of Ethereum and maybe some of the other chains. And I don't know enough about Cardano to say whether this is the case or not, but they do sort of basically live updates. There have been multiple updates to the system, and it just gets upgraded, and then it's running. It never goes down. It just gets upgraded. And there's no hard forks, nothing like that.
Interesting. You hear that, Solana? The network doesn't go down.
Yeah, they don't even need an update to do
that. Goddamn Solana.
Don't. It frustrates me. I like Solana. I like some of the stuff that they've done in there. But
so now so anyone listening now, you can see why we are super bullish on Kusama, and we have this wealth of knowledge in our ear, kind of talking to us about what's going on, and then we tap the surface barely, and
so true. Just listening, I'm like, oh man, I got a headache coming already. Trying to sort it, like parachains, canary. I'm like, oh my gosh, it is very difficult to navigate. Even having you hold my hand, I'm still confused half the time.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that the teams that sort of send out all these different parachains, they generally have one chain on Kusama and one on Polkadot. So it's not just the 2 main Kusama Polkadot ones. You've got every other parachain that comes out has its sibling as well. So you're just doubling up with everything.
Oh man.
Yeah, okay. No, it makes sense.
It is a lot.
Yeah, and it's not like we don't know it. Like we get it from an overview level, but it's like, I think what trips me up a lot of times is the execution of it, right? And that's what you're talking about, Ryan, with the hand holding, because it's like, hey, you've got to you've got I can't even say my brain is not as sharp today. You've got a trait or a feature or whatever that you're going to like add onto your NFT, or you got something, but you've got to be able to like navigate the wallet and click this. And even when we were talking about like voting and whatnot, like, how are you supposed to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Once once I got shown how to do it and kind of walk through it, I kind of, because I was able to then explain it to you how to do it.
Yeah. And that was great. But me, without you having that walkthrough, there's no way I was going to be able to infer what was going on and what I'd be voting and staking on. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was,
and that was me. That was me without Paps. He's like, here, do this. And I was like, nope, not happening. I'm like, I need step-by-step pictures.
Yeah.
You know what? I need to FaceTime you. We're going to have to go through this. But even last night, Paps was walking me through, what were we doing? Claiming
yeah.
And I was like, I'm so fucking confused. I'm just reading it. And then once I did it, I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. I was supposed to just claim my reward, then restake it. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I was just looking at the website and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, I feel so lost, but literally it was a simple thing once I got the hang of it. And then I now just remembered I have to do it again today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because they don't have the what is it? What'd you say? What's the word? They don't have the.
So they don't automatically restake.
Yeah.
So and I guess staking in Cardano is slightly different, isn't it? Because you stake to a pool.
Yeah.
Whereas so just for everyone else out there sort of listening, there's a parachain called Invarch. They're testing out something new. They're testing out their staking, and they've opened it up to a public test. Basically, you can go in their Discord, you can get some test tokens, and you can go on their website and you can put those into stake. They've got 30-day tests, so they're just trying stuff out. There's no real value apart from at the end of the staking period, everyone who's participated is going to get a share in a pool of their Tinker tokens, which is what they're called. So yeah, just go in, have a play, and just sort of test it out. But it is just get some tokens, connect your wallet, and then choose who you want to stake with and hit stake and how much you want to stake. And that's
so yeah, it sounds easy, but like I'll explain. You want me to explain what I had to do, Devon?
Yeah, please do.
So he sent me the Discord, and I was like, okay, I go in the Discord. Then it's like, go to a special channel. Then you have to type in verify wallet or whatever it was. And then I had to put my which wallet was it?
It was your Polkadot wallet address.
Yeah, I had to put my Polkadot wallet address. And then I guess it took the address, gave me the test tokens, and I had to go to a different website, find the staking, and then find the pool. I get, what would it be? Stake, find. What am I finding? I'm not finding the pool.
Yeah, it's basically a stake pool.
Yeah. Okay. So I'd be fine. So I was going for the Xchimps one. I always screw up the name. I'm like Apex.
Xchimps for this. So it's Apex is the project, but that pool was called Xchimps.
See, there we go. Perfect. Yeah. So then staked it,
not
and then
at all.
No, not at all. Never. Why would it be confusing over there? So yeah, I got that done. So I got to claim my reward. There's my reminder. I'm going to write it down. Claim reward, and then I'll have to show you one day, Devon. But there's only like 19 days left or something.
It'll be our next business meeting.
Yeah. The elusive business meetings.
This is the live business meeting.
So, okay, so we got where do you want to go now, Devon? You want to hit? I see you typing stuff in here.
Let me ask a question on what you were about setting that up.
Okay.
So with that staking, you have to do it you have to restake every day for 19 days for that 19-day period?
Just the claiming rewards.
Yeah. So the reason being you don't have to. So what Invarch said was that they're going to distribute out this pool of their tokens based on your end value of your stake. So obviously, if you staked day one and just left it sitting there and didn't claim it, but the tokens just kept on going in, you'd have a certain amount of tokens. I think it's about 3 or 4 tokens.
I think I get 3 point something a day as a reward. So basically, if you just left it, you're accumulating the reward. But if you don't claim it, it's just sitting there. So I'm claiming it and then restaking it. So now my staking value goes up at 3 every day.
Exactly. Cool. So you don't have to, but if you do, you've got a better chance of getting more rewards than if you just left it.
So why? Just to play to the listeners, why do you? Let's pull it back to the beginning. Tell me about why this project? Like why do you believe? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of projects.
The project or the staking?
The project.
To be honest.
Yeah.
The project it was one of the ones that I really kicked myself because I missed it. All right. So that's one of the elements about Polkadot that, again, slightly different from probably other things. So when you create or when you're trying to set up a parachain, you need to get a parachain slot. So we have, as I said right at the start, there's about 100 slots in Polkadot and Kusama. And to get one of those slots so you can share in the security of Polkadot, you have to rent that. And that costs DOT tokens. And the only way to do it is because most of the teams that are trying to do the blockchain don't have the resources to put all the money or to get all that DOT together to put down that deposit for that rental.
Yeah.
It's an up to 2-year rental. So you basically locking a decent amount of money away for 2 years. So what they do is they've opened it up to, so this is Polkadot. This isn't just any other organization. They've opened it up to all the community and said, well, if you like this project, what we'll do is we'll have this auction and you can bond your Polkadot to that project. You're a fan of the project, you want it to win, so you say, I'm going to put a certain amount of my DOT back to that project. Clever thing that they do to get rid of the ICO problem is it doesn't leave your account. It's locked, so you can't use it, but it is basically you're saying, I'm putting that aside for the length of for however long they've got that parachain slot, and it just sits there.
That's super cool when you think about it. It's like that does a lot. Sure, it gets rid of the ICO problem, the initial coin offering which honestly, when I hear ICO, I just think Telegram and I just think scam. Right?
Yeah.
But and like having, I mean, and I think other people probably listening to this would be like, it sounds like a different kind of a grab, like you should be able to be free to create whatever you want. The blockchain's for everybody, blah, blah, blah. But like, if you have projects that have to like, to connect the security protocol, like rents.
Well, that's the whole point. So the Polkadot element gives the security to the to the parachain that it's bonding to. So
gotcha.
It's one element of when you're building the blockchain that you have to consider. You have to think about all the security elements and stuff like that. And what Polkadot is saying is, you don't worry about that. You can't concentrate on the things that make your blockchain special and different to everything else. And we'll worry about the security, but you just have to be part of this group.
That's pretty cool when you think about it. Although it's like centralized control built into it, but it's for a good cause. With the main thing being the hub.
Decentralized control.
Centralized control. Okay. We might as well just talk about that project. About, like, I don't know. I know you guys are like super tight with everything. Apex or ape times chimps.
Xchimps.
I don't know.
Make me flubber over my words. Well, we got lots of things we could talk about.
Yeah.
Paps wants to talk about PhalaWorld, and I mean, have you been? I don't know how deep you're in socials, Devon, but have you been paying attention to all the Xchimp friends?
I have not.
Okay,
but
so
our users haven't been either. So educate us both.
I'd have to pull up a list either way, but they are
And to be honest, it's like if anyone's thinking that Polkadot sounds confusing and there's just branches going off everywhere, here, there, and everywhere, Apex Chimps have just taken that to the next level, to the point where I was chatting with Moonbearer like yesterday in the
really nice,
and going, man, I'm struggling to keep up.
There's so many. It's so many like collabs and stuff.
Okay. Oh, this is the friends you're talking about? Okay. Well, I don't know, man. Like we said, like I feel like everyone in the dot chain, Polkadot chain is like everyone's a dev. Moonbear is not, I think he says, but like no, he is, right? I can't even remember now what he said. But he's like he knows so much more than the average non-dev person in other blockchains, is what I'm trying to say. And no shade to anyone else, but it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's tech heavy over there.
It is.
I'm just trying to pull up their Twitter right now to go through. Like, obviously for me, because we're like still kind of new to Polkadot, I don't even know half. I don't even think I know any of the friends that they've announced really.
PhalaWorld, you know. So
yeah, PhalaWorld. Yeah, that's probably the only one. Oh, and the one you were saying, was it Invark?
Invark are there, Astar are there. Yeah, there's a load, but there's a few there that I wasn't.
Everloot. Everloot's another one. That's like their RPG NFT thing, Devon. I think you'd like Everloot actually.
And just
he pulled a rookie move. He doesn't realize he's muted. Yeah. Yes. Hey, welcome back, Devon. How you doing, bud?
I have nothing to say. Nothing to say. Damn it.
I love messing with you.
That's so funny. Okay, cool. So throw me the link. I want to check some of these guys out.
So let me do it right now. It's on their, they put it, and they're really good with their graphics and their website and everything. That I'll copy and put it in our chat here.
So something that those guys have announced, Apex Chimps have announced over the week, is a bit more detail around what you'll get from that NFT. And we're coming back to Remark. I know you're big fans of Remark and what can be done with that, and the fact that you can have multiple child NFTs associated with a parent NFT. Well, what they're talking about is the Xchimp will have between 25 and 70 slots for child NFTs.
Wow. So for you video game nerds, that's like 25 to 70 slots you can equip on your character.
Yeah. So we're talking multiple backgrounds, foreground elements, clothes, tops, bottoms, shoes, headwear.
Right. You could basically, because all like traits.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Swap in
and swap out.
So it's kind of like what PhalaWorld's doing with how we.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, PhalaWorld has 8 slots, right?
Yeah.
And
look how long it took you and me. That took me forever to decide, and there was only 8 slots. So 25 to 70. Holy you know what? I've been paying attention, and I'm but like, I guess I haven't really sat down and put it in perspective like that. That's a lot.
Yeah. And the plan, from what the guys are saying over the last couple of days, is basically you'll sort of try and equip your chimp to sort of look like or use some of the slots from let's say PhalaWorld or Astar, and where they're sort of their little equipables. So your Apex chimp is an Astar chimp or whatever.
Right.
And maybe because you on your socials are posting sort of pictures of your chimp wearing your Astar t-shirt or whatever, or the PhalaWorld t-shirt is the one that they've shown. Maybe you'll get a little reward from PhalaWorld. I mean, that's...
Oh, I didn't even think of that too. It's like, because I guess that's kind of a new thing in Cardano with like Phoenix Arena. They have their NFTs where it's like they've got special traits with collaborated projects, and you earn their tokens if you have a crypto raggy in the NFT and then metadata. So it's kind of like, equip. So it'd be like equip a PhalaWorld body armor or whatever, and you earn energy per day or whatever they end up going with, right?
Yeah. And it might just boost your PhalaWorld sort of scores.
Yeah, or like you start earning a token of some sort from like like I said, I don't even know half of these projects that are. But what were you excited about that you saw out of all the friends that Xchimps have announced so far? It looks like they've got 2 more to announce, which will probably be pretty big ones.
Yeah, I mean, my 2 of it, PhalaWorld would be a great one. Astar is great, but this is just the beginning. I think it's going to open up. I think they've just started.
So, are you yourself bullish on the Xchimps?
Oh yeah.
I was like, offended you. Yeah, stupid idiot.
I badgered you about it, so yeah.
That is true. I thank you for that, because it's been. I mean, shit. You got a Nana, eh, Devon?
Yeah, I do. Wait, am I on mute again?
Nope, you're good. You're good. Damn, we should have played.
I was on a different screen. I went to. Yeah, that one.
Damn, yeah. So the Xchimps are, and now they're in the morphing phase, right?
So they're the end of, I want to say Sunday.
Oh, 2 days. Yeah, the 15th
is this end of their main sale.
That is right. Sale phases. So yes, stealth, silence, jungle. We're in the morph phase. Does it say where it is? Yeah, it says morph phase. Stretch goal. Once there are 1,500 nanas in the collection, you will not only get 1 but 2 clone nanas per every. Wait,
you'll get 2 chimps. So currently, if you buy a nana, you will win at the end of this weekend. You'll get a secondary nana. So for everyone you've got, you'll get another one. Right. After this week, you buy 1, you get 1. You don't get that secondary one. So if you want to get one, probably now a good time. And then at some time in the future, I don't exactly know when, those nanas will attract a chip, and these are the multi-equipable NFTs.
Yeah, I don't. You were you had gone off for a second, Devon. Did you hear Did you hear the whole slots and?
Oh yeah, no, I heard that all. I was
25 to 70.
Yeah.
Like that's wild too, because So, and here's the thing because it's a remark NFT, right? So if you sell that chimp and you have 25 of those NFTs equipped to it, it would be sold with all 25 of those equipped to it, right?
If you sell it as fully equipped, obviously you can sell those individually. So you might do something really, really good for a project, and they give you a special limited edition beanie or whatever it might be. There's a beer can that you can hold as a chimp, and you can just sell out on its own. It's an NFT. So
see, and this is the beauty. You could make some like Super Saiyan, like scorpion looking chimp, and like Devon would never sell it if it looked like that. But
that's true. As you said that, I'm like, that's never getting sold.
No, hey, if anyone wants to sell something to Devon, you make a scorpion looking anything, and he'll.
That's also.
And I mean Mortal Kombat scorpion.
Yeah.
Like a little.
Or that'll work, or the animal will work too.
Is it an animal or an insect?
It's arachnid, actually. Yeah, it is. Yes.
It's just like public. We don't do public math, right?
No, I know. No, it's an arachnid. I thought about that for a second, but I was like, no, it's the scorpions have 8 legs and 2 pincers.
So, okay, we're in the morph phase with the morph. I can't even say it. Morph phase, and the sale price right now is 3.99 Kusama, which is what, like 110 US?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've had a little bump in everything, haven't we, recently? So.
It's been nice. I had a friend that I feel like he's in a pyramid scheme, and he keeps asking me about crypto, and it's like, because it's like he was telling me about it. It's like you buy $5,000 worth of Bitcoin, then convert it in one app, then send it to another app, and then they give you like $200 every like week is what it would earn. And I'm like, how does that make sense? Why are you converting it, then converting it, then converting it, like, and sending it here and
Sounds
there?
like arbitrage.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. That's how FTX started. I'm not even joking.
Well, there you go. So he never listens, and so I'll have to tell him that. I'm going to be like, hey, by the way, you're in FTX 2.0.
It can work. Arbitrage works. It's just that not forever.
Well, he was saying to me today, he's like, I went on my phone and Bitcoin's up. He's like, I'm up like $600. I'm like, welcome to the world of crypto, buddy.
Yeah.
You bought near the bottom, and now you're going to be laughing.
Yeah, and now
wait till next week.
By the time he hands up the phone, he's already down.
Yep, exactly. He's like, oh, I think I might put more money in it. I'm like, oh, he's hooked. Hook, line, and sinker.
Cool.
So where do we want to go now? Do you want to talk what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about PhalaWorld or Astar?
Well, as we've mentioned, PhalaWorld, let's go with that.
Good
because
producing.
that also ties.
I love the structure. This is so good. Yes, we need you in the booth with the little headsets, being like, "Guys, go here," sending notes to us.
Could you? Oh, that'd be amazing. He's just we don't even leave the screen on, and he's just somehow there. We're listening to him, but the other that'd be hilarious. Anyways, tangent.
So PhalaWorld, I mean, you talked about it, but you didn't talk about the dress up phase, which is going to sound odd to the listeners.
Well, you know what? It was almost, you know how we can not make it sound as silly? For video game people, we were in the create a character mode.
Yeah.
So we had, like you said, there was 8 slots. And I'm trying to. I did pull mine up. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get my website up, but who knows how.
And that's why we can take a little step back because it sort of ties into Polkadot as well, and how all these chains link together. So when you set up just to recap on PhalaWorld is a 2 NFT system, or initially 2 NFT system, in that you have your Spirit NFT, which is linked specifically to your account. You can't sell it. And then you have your shell. And that's what we were customizing, our shell. But to set up the Spirit, you have to even just to generate the Spirit, you have to connect to create a digital identity through my crypto profile, which is actually on a different parachain. Right? Yes. Which is on Latentry, which is a different parachain. So Latentry, that parachain, that's specializing in is digital identity and metrics and stuff like that.
This is how the US starts their social score, like China. That's why a Black Mirror episode. That's so good.
But so you've got an NFT there that just starts looking across 3 parachains to start with, because you've got Phala, which is the Polkadot version of the Phala blockchain.
Yeah.
You've got Kala, who doesn't help, but they sound similar, which is the Kusama version of it. So you've got 2 parachains there, looking at 2 different blockchains completely. And then you've also got Latentry and then my crypto profile, which is looking. So just creating your first NFT, you're looking at 3 different parachains in one slot. And that's what you can do with Substrate and sort of how that system works. Once you got that account, then that was the bit where you actually can go and get a shell NFT.
Yeah, that was fun when that was open. It was exciting. That's where you get to pick, like, because there was 4 of them to choose from, right?
Yeah. So based on your score, so the reason why you log into that My Crypto profile is you can then create your digital identity and share with the system what information you want to share. You share your Polkadot account, so it knows what you do on Polkadot anyway. And Latentry knows that already because you're part of the ecosystem.
Yep.
But you could share other things. So you can share your MetaMask wallet. You can share your Ethereum sort of profiles.
Yep. Your Discord too, right?
Discord and
social, Twitter.
Which are non-blockchain.
Yeah.
So this is on-chain and off-chain metrics that it's pulling from. And the whole reason for doing that is that PhalaWorld wants to see you, whether you're posting about Phala and sort of boosting their project, whether you're in Discord and you're being a good Discord citizen. And the more you do, the better score you get for your NFT, for your spirit.
Yeah, your spirit attributes can go up or down, because I think mine have gone down recently because I haven't been as active with, retweeting or active in the Discord. So it does, and you can update your spirit NFT attributes at any time. You just go on the website and update them. So that's been kind of fun to see and play around with. Is it dexterity? There's one thing that I can never get up because I don't think wait, let me rephrase that. I can always get it up, but the one attribute just always stays at 0. But I don't know how to change it. Yeah. I caught myself. I was waiting for someone.
It's okay, man. You got 3.
Yeah. So there's one element. So there's 4 different elements that make up your profile, and one of them is more around if you were doing coding. And so if you could attach a GitHub account.
Yeah.
So if you're posting to and trying to keep Phala or Kala, their code base up to date, and you're doing actual development stuff, you will get, I'm trying to remember which one it was called. Hacker Wizard was the type of spirit.
Yes.
And because I don't do that, and I'm guessing you don't do that,
not at all.
Store for that. So
I wish stay in school and pay attention, kids. It's kind of funny. Like back in the day, it was like, oh, I'm going to learn typing. This is dumb. Like I still had computer classes, but man, I wish I would have paid attention. Now everything's for computers, but. I think that's
like a boomer or a zoomer.
No, 100%. I definitely I do sound like that. But for what you're talking about, that's the intelligence attribute, right? That's what. Because there's dexterity, willpower, strength, and intelligence, and then you can actually
let's have intelligence.
No, I don't have any, but GitHub forum. Which I don't know what that, I guess it's Phala Forum. And then BSC account you can connect as well, which is, I guess, Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah.
And then you got your Kala, Discord, Twitter, GitHub, ETH account. And then it allows you to inject more data to change your attributes. So
you don't have to do it.
Nope.
You do it if you want. So anyone who's worried about their privacy, you don't do it. Simple as that.
That is true. Devon doesn't do it because he likes the privacy. He's very private.
That's really what it is.
He blurs out his background. He turns off his tracking. I never know where he is. Where are you right now, Devon? Tell the listeners.
I'm in Toronto, in Etobicoke. There we go. That's
look at you.
Very specific. Yeah. The lake is right behind me. It's nice.
I heard a lot of outside of Toronto. I say Toronto. But I realized recently someone says a lot of outsiders say Toronto. They announced the last TO, and I was like, oh, I guess I do say Toronto.
People talk about this, and I've never heard it because I guess I'm clearly a Toronto.
We live here, right? What do you say? What do you say, Paps? Toronto. See?
Yeah, I don't. Wow, wait a minute, one of them like this face.
I'm just repeating. I'm bad with Rich of Crypto Boutique.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Aeronauts. I love the way he says it. But anyways, we're getting off a tangent. So we got Spirit NFTs, and then we went ahead and you and me were. How long did it take you to decide what kind of shell NFT you wanted to mint, or did you kind of I know exactly what I want?
I really wanted a cyborg. That was the first one I wanted. Didn't take me too long to decide.
No, neither for me. Once I saw the 4, I was like, oh, I'm going for Chappie. I love that movie. I'm like, I'm making Chappie, and I'm pretty sure I stuck with it, right? I think I go with. How do you end up seeing? I'm on the PhalaWorld page, and all I'm stuck on is let's mint the shell NFT.
Yeah, go to your profile.
I'm trying that, and it's not coming up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just stuck on the homepage. Let's see. It says dress up clothes, waiting, join our Discord, and at the top right, I can pick my unselect or select my wallet. So maybe their website's down, or I'm just stupid. Let's see. That's why. You know what? I minimized it because I half the web page. So once I go maximum web page, I can see it all again. There we go. Look at that. See, I figured it out, folks.
Proud of you, Ryan. Proud of you.
Thank you, buddy. So yeah, I went with a Pandroids shell, and then only based on the fact that after everything, it's going to look like Chappie.
And so for that project, there was about 1,200 people that minted. So it was originally, I think, around 6,000, and they didn't sell out at all.
Wow.
It wasn't really too much of a surprise. I mean, you're talking in NFT terms, it's quite obscure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And even we've made the jokes about wanting to get into Polkadot and all these parachains, all this stuff. And it's it's a very technical chain or technical blockchain or whatever. And it's very, I get confused. You two were talking. I'm like, my eyes are glazing over. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's where you actually do the stuff, and I'm conceptual. So together.
Yeah, I have to do it to kind of understand. I can't just read something and be like, oh, I understand it. I'm a hands-on kind of.
We have an interaction in the blockchain. Yeah,
we're yin and yang. That's why we work, buddy.
That's true.
So, how many PhalaWorlds shells did you end up having or minting?
3.
Look at you. Did you do all three different?
Oh yeah. So Cyborg, AI, and Xchimps, which is like a squid-like looking thing.
Yeah, is that the one? Is it squid-like in the face though? Like Squidward from Futurama?
Yeah,
or
so it's
more like Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, it's more like that. Yeah.
I wanted to go look at it, but then I remember that website's really loud, so I can't.
Yeah. See, I can go on it because everything's through my headphones.
Okay.
I'm looking at my beautiful Chappie right now.
And so that was one of the things. It's like, because it didn't mint out, even if it had minted out, it wouldn't have been a problem. But I think there was about 250 Pandroids at the end of it. I think it was pretty evenly split. But
I think it was.
And then we got to the character creation phase.
Yes, that was like you said, there was only 8 slots. Was it 9? That was just a secondary suit. No, this is a legendary shell exclusive perk. What was it? A second design? So there
were 3 types of NFT you could buy: legendary, magic, and premier. I can't remember.
Prime edition?
Prime edition, that's it.
Yeah.
And unless you've got silly amounts of Phala, then you're not going to get a legendary or magic. So we just went for the prime ones. And then you had a choice. So you have a choice of about eight different slots that you could choose from to help design your NFT, your character.
Yep.
But even that, the amount of choice that you had was crazy.
It was definitely difficult. I went with my son. Actually, my son's favorite color, but also Devon's favorite color. I went with an orange body with I guess it was gray accents.
Good combo.
Yeah.
You had a choice of 4 different types of Pandroid. So
yes,
completely different styles. And then each of those styles, then you can change like certain elements, the head, different colors, body shapes, sort of weapons.
And then there was like rare weapons, legendary stuff, like normal. Was it rare, epic, and legendary items to unlock as well? It was, oh man.
There was so much choice. It was hard to work out what you wanted.
It definitely was. And wait till we see Xchimps or Xchimps or Chimps.
Yeah.
It's going to be 25 to 70 slots. and every slot could be an NFT on its own. So it's like, Devon, you're gonna have two of them. So you're gonna have to jump in.
We'll do it at our business meeting.
That's an extended business meeting.
It is. I'll come to yours.
You'll come here. We'll do it in studio.
Yeah, pretty much. Paps, you can come too.
Cool.
Only a boat ride away.
Yeah, 7 hours. Cool. Where do you want to go next?
I don't know. I'm thinking. What was the things we mint? Was it on Astar we minted? It was like everything was in Korean or Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
Or what, those blob looking
I saw that and I was like, what? No way. Let's rewind and set the story up where you're like, hey,
you were on vacation, I think.
Website, yeah, but you were telling me about it and you're like, Paps is reading this website. I'm gonna be minting something off of like a Japanese only blockchain.
Yeah.
You don't need to see the site. You got to do all this stuff. How did you get there? And like set it all up for us because you're kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I do know that anyone listening knows that. I don't know why I'm saying NFGs because I don't really say the full thing. The NFGs, we're moving in a certain direction. You can see like the kind of stuff we're focused in on. And it's a lot of it's influenced by the conversations we have with you. But I'm not necessarily on board with the, I don't even know what they're called, the Japanese blockchain figurine things that we can't even understand it anyway.
I don't even know where to go to look for it.
Yeah,
like, I think I have it bookmarked on my laptop.
We even have those characters on our keyboards. I'm not even trying to crack jokes. I really was like, how do we interact with it?
Yeah.
How did you get there?
So to take a step back before the NFT project was one of the parachains on Polkadot is called Astar, and that is a kind of interesting business case because it's headed up by a Japanese leader and Soto Watanabe, and basically they are trying to be the prime blockchain in Japan, right?
Right.
Having Japanese figureheads at the front and Japanese team makes life a little bit easier for them. And they have made some really good connections within Japan. They've got some serious backers and looking at some really, really big projects. And so I follow them. And then this NFT project just came up as one of the things that was tweeted out, as you do when you follow these guys. And it's like, okay, it was all around. I think there was a climbing championship going on, like rock climbing championship. And one of the Japanese sort of premier climbers decided to do a free 10,000 NFT collection on Astar. My kids love climbing, so it's like, let's go and have a look at it. But yeah, you're right. It's all in Japanese.
Okay. I went on the website and I'm like, Google Translate.
Yeah, absolutely.
It got to the point where I was like, I knew what I was doing after a couple of times. So I was like, I'm going full Japanese.
Yeah. And so, yeah, free mint.
Oh, that's awesome.
I ended up minting 8 of them, 10 of them. Which you got a bunch, I think, didn't you?
Yeah. I just went full on. I think I got about 30 of them. I mean, they're worth nothing. But,
Yeah.
But I was trying to find ones that look cool for my daughter. So
there you go.
Just being a dad.
Hey, free and entertaining that's priceless to a parent.
Yeah.
Devon looks like he's frozen in time right now. And there you go.
I'm here.
What's up, buddy? What were you doing?
I'm cat sitting, and there's a cat that is distracting, and that's why I keep on getting up and going back and forth because it keeps on going outside. It's an outdoor cap, then it goes crazy and makes a lot of noise on my end, and I have to let it back in. I didn't. You asked. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrupt the podcast, but yeah, it's like staring at me, and then it goes out, and if I don't let it in, it just bangs on the door, and I'm like, these guys are gonna hear this soon. So,
fair enough.
Yep. Sorry about that.
Well, that's
didn't meant any.
Hey, do you have an SBF FTX, DC, whatever the hell we called it?
Update this week? Oh shoot, I don't actually.
Oh,
Give me a couple minutes.
Oh, I have an update on it.
Yeah.
I was right that BitBoy went to wherever.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I sent you that YouTube video of him like knocking on the guy's front door. Here they are, climbing monsters. Thank you, Paps. See how quick he is? Do you see him, Devon? You pulling up you have food in your mouth?
No.
You covered your mouth. I'm like, this guy's eating again.
I got.
Did they all get minted?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. No.
34 listed. So yeah, probably not. Where's the Google Translate? Let's see. Where is it here? Oh, I don't want to bookmark. Oh, forget it. I'll just look at these. So they're just like, they look like little. Oh, I get it. I'm an idiot. I'm like, oh, they're just blobs. No, it's on a rock climbing wall. It's the pieces of a rock climbing wall that you would grab on. I just looked because it was like, I'm like, why does this look like a little, kind of looks like a shark? But then I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, they're the things you would grip on a rock climbing wall with like faces and different backgrounds. And see.
I didn't get that until you said it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could, you know how confusing it was and how much Paps had to walk me through. Like, okay, you got to get this. And then you got to get I think you ended up sending me, what did we mint? I don't even remember what we used it was Astar?
Yeah. Well, no, so it was a free mint. I think, I might have sent you. Yeah.
You sent me a little bit for something to cover like the gas, but it was like.
Yeah, it was just to cover gas, wasn't it?
It wasn't much. But they've got this is what Tofu NFT. That's their like Japanese open.
So Tofu NFT is a marketplace that's not on Astar, but it has an Astar NFTs on it. It's got Binance. It's got loads of different.
Yeah, I've been poking around. I'm seeing that now. Actually, I'm like,
I'm going through they've got some. I like these polychain monsters. They got a lot of stuff on here. Anyways, okay, we're getting distracted.
So I just get interested by other countries' versions of NFTs, what other countries did, because we sort of got a very sort of American sort of English language sort of focused market.
Yeah.
Ryan, these polychain monsters are so cool.
So next one.
Look at this.
The next one I just clicked on, Cat Girl. Go to the very top of the webpage, a Tofu NFT.
Okay.
And it was like one of the cat. What is with that part of the world that loves like women anime? I know, I guess I shouldn't even go there. I get the whole anime.
Take it easy now.
Well, if it has tentacles, you can see everything. But if it doesn't, it's all blurred. But
that's true.
If you know, right?
So look for a Cat Girl.
Cat Girl. It's at the very top. It's actually not bad. I like.
Oh, okay.
You see it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. You see this rabbit hole we go down, Paps? You're like, hey, look at this. Share this link. And now we're like.
To me, this is not even like, this is like par for the course, like pretty much like there's a lot of anime where there are just characters like this, like, so I watch a fair amount of anime. So I'm just,
I know you, Paps, are you into anime at all?
Used to be long time. I don't get a chance now. But,
Kids keeping you too busy, eh?
Yeah.
I like the space one, obviously.
Obviously, but you hate space otters. You hear that, Space Otter Society still hates you.
We always gotta do a timestamp of that and let's send it to them every episode.
Yeah. What are you in? How far are we in? 4:14. We're probably an hour and 6 minutes in.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Timestamp.
All right, let's keep it moving. But do check out the ones. What are they called? I forget what they're called now. Poly monsters or something.
Climbing monsters?
No, the ones that you thought were cool, that we both thought were kind of cool. The polychain monsters.
Polychain monsters.
Those are actually.
The site, the marketplace is Tofu, as in the food NFT.
Yes. And poly monsters. Yeah, they're verified. Monster Party. There's a lot of.
They look good. Really good.
Yeah. Okay. Scrolling through. There's so much. Like I was going through chats the other day, and people were saying. What's VET? What cryptocurrency is VET? Is it VeChain or is it VeChain?
What is it? Sorry.
I think it was VE. Yeah, is VET VET?
Yeah. Don't know.
Let me see. VT crypto. Someone's saying they were. Yeah, that's VeChain. So VeChain's doing NFTs now, and then was it Algorand? Algorand is doing NFTs now too, and someone we interviewed on our podcast that's locally to Toronto was telling me that he's starting to do stuff cross chain. I see you thinking about it. Don't think too hard. But
easier than I think.
Algorand or Rand or whatever the hell it's called. I screw up everything, but that's doing NFTs. I'm like, man, there's so much. Like, how the hell do you stay on top of everything, Paps?
That's where I want.
I was gonna say you don't have time to check out anime, but goddamn, your Polkadot.
Yeah, I wanted to go into like what your research process is, man, or how do you keep track of this? Like, actually, because
it's all Twitter. It's all Twitter. It's
really, it's literally just Twitter.
Pretty much.
Wow,
makes it sound so easy.
I know, really.
Do you have an alert on for every account that you interact with?
No. The Polkadot community is pretty tight. So once people like Moonbearer and some of the guys that are in that Discord sit across multiple chains.
Mm.
So they'll post things about lots of other different projects, and you'll just see them pop up. Yeah.
Well, we're jumping into that space, so we'll start getting to know everyone too, Devon.
I'm down with it. Moonbearer is a good place to jump off of.
Because he was going to hook us up with the...
Still going to happen.
Yeah, no, it's still going to happen. Oh my God. Who was
I don't want to say it. Wait, are we thinking person or project?
No, it wasn't a project. It was a person. The track. Who did the track?
Yeah.
Bowser Stacks.
Bowser Stacks. Yeah. We're gonna try and get him on, or her. I don't know what they go by, but you never know.
He's a guy. He's another London guy. So.
Do you ever go to any of the meetups that happen around the UK?
Not as much as I could have done. I went to one just before Christmas, up in London. So there's a sort of group called We Are NFT UK.
Yeah.
That I went to their Christmas one. They haven't had another one since then. But
because I was going to say, there's a lot of UK, like a lot of people we want to talk to is like in the UK or anyways UTC time zone, and there's a lot of you over there.
Yeah, I made the mistake of taking a friend who is not a crypto person.
Oh, so they're like, we got to go. Like, they're just bored.
Sort of just slightly concerned about how these weird people talking to them about NFTs and stuff like that.
I like it. Sorry, nothing to worry about. Okay, so I was thinking about asking about. Well, Ryan has a bunch of questions, but let's go with what you think is going to happen this year. We had our predictions / plans episode kind of conversation in one of our previous episodes. I say predictions / plans as a dig to Ryan, but no problem. But what do you think about this year? I know that we're thinking of we're looking at certain blockchains, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, podcasts, we're doing certain things, but are you interested in anything else, or are you just going deeper into where you already are? And also what do you think about Cardano too? What do you think for the year?
I think we started off, and how I think we're going to go is go up slowly, but it really depends on lots of other factors. It's sort of like the economy, the war that's going on. They could have massive impacts and sort of just turn everything downwards again. But it's starting good at the start of the year, but it's not going to be like 2020 and sort of going up. How you did that.
So you predict the continuation of crypto winter?
Yeah, so let's call going into crypto spring.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
A slow roll out of hibernation.
Yeah, slow thaw. Yeah.
Later half of the year.
Are we going to get you farther into Cardano at all?
Yeah, why not?
He's really thinking about this.
What was that hesitation?
The reason I hesitate is I have a self-imposed cap on spending too much on crypto. So
that's why you just gotta convert some other stuff and bring it over to Cardano.
Is it based on time, or is it just based on? Are you like, I can only focus on a certain amount of blockchains or a certain project quota?
Well, is it that as well?
Okay, now we're getting into the method of how he stays on top and like whatever. So okay, cool. I get that. I've kind of gone in that direction myself, not just because I'm like trying to look at some sort of viability for myself. It's like how I can actually get deep enough to continue on. And like, I kind of feel like, okay, we just mentioned VET. And I was just like, I don't even know what VET is, like VeChain, because I'm not keeping up with that, because we got all hyped up about things a long time ago, a year and a half ago or whatever it was. And then we kind of saw how things went with a number of projects, definitely excited about many things. But for the most part, a lot of the big players, the big names, and just like general stuff like, oh, this person's doing an NFT now or whatever. I'm like, who cares? This person's released a token. Who cares? Although, there's a good chance that now is the time. And I mean, we're even feeling that way a little bit about Cardano, right? Like, not to say we don't love it. We do, but we're just like, we're venturing, and I'm concerned that we're venturing out and dividing our time before the real uptick, because there are some projects that have, I guess, like, I'm sure there's evidence and people can actually say, but like a lot of the floors are just, I feel like they're getting higher
they're slowly going up for a lot of stuff.
You feel that too? Like, we actually I don't know if we've actually talked about this offline, like formally, but I really do think that, who knows, we might actually be, you're right, slowly waking up.
I think there's two elements there. There's the crypto element and the NFT element.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I'm thinking NFT element.
Yeah. And that, you have to be so careful on the projects that you choose. Even the projects, some projects that you think are really, really going to be good, they go either they're unlucky or they just go and accidentally screw it up.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true. Where's my phone? I remember you did ask if you wanted to, we did ask like what exactly you wanted to talk about, and like when you say some kind of screwed up, what one comes to mind?
Oh, what, the BasedAF?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, well, see, the thing is, the more I think about it, I don't think they screwed up.
You think they were like trolling?
They did it deliberately. So for anyone who hasn't seen it or hasn't been in crypto Twitter for the last week or so, BasedAF is a new project that's just minted, and really impressive because at the moment, like I said, PhalaWorld minted back in November and did about 1,200.
Yeah.
Right? BasedAF minted out last week 10,000 mint. So they cleared their whole mint. So they did really, really well. It's the guy behind it, or the sort of the main figurehead, is a guy called Robin Schmidt. He used to do this videos for the Defiant, right? So you go on YouTube, look at the Defiant, he is all over the place. He does some absolutely great videos. I want to say he worked for Harmony before that. He knows his crypto, and he doesn't chill. He's not the sort of buy this token, it will make you make a 10x or anything like that. It's a very level-headed reporting, sort of going into detail. Really, really interesting guy. He has done several, when he was at Defiant, shows with Bruno. So he knew Bruno Cook pretty well. So he's brought out his new project, and it's basically a Web3 marketing sort of campaign, sort of or media studio, should I say?
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to do, and they're going through all the standard, or they're trying the standard YouTube guerrilla tactics to try and get their numbers up and everything like that. But he understands YouTube. He will do it. I mean, what they're doing at the moment sounds really, really interesting. So they've got, at the end of the month, he's going to run a marathon in virtual reality on a virtual reality rig, full proper marathon.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah. And and the aim is to raise £100,000 for a children's hospital in the UK called Great Ormond Street. And to do that, what he wants, so Phantom, the chain Phantom, they're going to donate $1 for every dollar that's donated by everyone else. But one of the things that they're going to try and do is they're going to try and troll a prominent YouTuber who hates crypto and thinks NFTs are a scam. And the whole purpose is, right, we're going to troll this guy and get him to say, come on, sort of goad him and his community to go for it, because on his side, I'm running for charity. So, you're going to have a go at me because if we don't make the money, then it's little kids that are going to suffer because of you.
Right.
So he's trying all these sort of shock tactics. It's a really interesting sort of thing that he's trying to do. They're trying to get more YouTube subscribers, more people in their Discord, and all the standard sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting things. But what's in the background seems really more interesting, because, and I don't want to call this alpha. This isn't alpha. This is beta at best. This is a guess. this is
speculative. It's intelligent speculation.
Yeah, absolutely, and I can absolutely back it up, because when they first came out, and after, so they minted out, and then I think it was the next day they did a surprise reveal of all the characters.
Yep.
And there was a lot of pushback. Let's just say that a lot of people weren't impressed with the characters. He went on the Twitter Spaces and he basically sat down and he went through the whole slide deck, that he did to all the investors, to explain how this project's going to go and how they're sort of going to go through the future.
Yeah.
And he announced who their prime backers were. And one of the backers is Bruno. Right?
Yep.
Now he's on, so BasedAF is on Ethereum. What we know with Remark, and for those people that haven't sort of worked out already, Bruno is the guy behind Remark. And yes, that is currently in the Polkadot ecosystem, but they are working on the EVM version of Remark.
Yes.
So it will be coming to Ethereum.
That much we did and do know.
Yeah.
Which, if that's the case, I don't know, man.
Okay. So you've got a Web3 marketing team that have got the founder of Remark as one of their funders. It doesn't take that much speculation to think that they might be using Remark in the future when it comes to EVM.
Yeah.
Now they're all about shock and awe. So one of their shocks was, okay, they've given a profile pic that some weren't really happy with, but they might already know that, well, we're going to deploy Remark.
Yeah.
So we can change that. We can give you a different resource.
Yep.
That profile picture that you don't like, guess what? You get a new one. And so everyone's happy. And people then suddenly realize, oh, hang on, this is what you can do with an NFT.
It's a great build up to showing off Remark for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if they can really build that hype and like be a focus in the space right now. Mm-hmm. And then to flip the script on everyone and be like, oh, go check your wallets. We sent you a new resource. And everyone's like, what the fuck is it? What's he talking about? And you go and do it. And people will go nuts over it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they're just not used to that sort of thing.
No, not at all. But if they're paying attention to NFGs, they'd know about it.
Do you think it's more about exposure for Remark in the end as opposed to Remark and their EVM? Because you think like Bruno's not going to abandon his baby, right?
Oh, I think
but it's all both.
Yeah.
Bring focus to his project, but also show this light of what Remark is. I think it could, if timed properly, and if that's what's going to happen, it could ignite that could be the fuel on the fire for NFTs again.
Yeah. I mean, everything that we've talked about PhalaWorld, about Apex Chimps, that's all of that fun stuff is happening within the Polkadot ecosystem. And now we're saying that all of that is now going to come to Ethereum.
Yeah. And that could honestly blow Ethereum up to the point where like something like Cardano would be left in the dust. I think if it's done properly and people enjoy it, but
gas fees will still be a problem.
They will be, but that's true. Actually, I mean, you're right. Gas fees will still be there. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. So,
and you remember as soon as the Remark EVM comes to Ethereum, it can go to Cardano.
I actually DM'd Bruno, and I think he said it would have to be rewritten.
Oh, right. Okay.
He did say, let me check. Hold on. Let me just check my DMs so I'm not.
Well, you check your DMs. I think if for any project, protocol, chain, or whatever that wants to attract investment, like I know this is kind of the other way, but to attract attention or whatever, announcing EVM, then I think can do that, because everyone, whether they want to or not, whether they're advised, because I'm sure that there are people out that want to start projects and do things. And 99% of the time, I say 99% of the time, but that's more of a, just said casually. But if there's a large organization behind it or a larger brand or whatnot, it's going on Ethereum, regardless of what advisors say.
Where the money is, right?
That's like a brand or company is going to go with that money and stability, and that's where the most users are, and that's what they care about. So I mean, if you're in Bruno's shoes or whoever, anyone's shoes, and you've got it, you might as well announce some sort of EVM, direction, and then you now can be at the table with these companies, and you're like, it'll work seamlessly like any other, except I'm bringing more. That's the play.
Going back to Astar, Astar is slightly different because it sits across two chains. It sits on Polkadot, but it has an EVM version of it as well. So that Tofu market NFT marketplace is EVM. It's not the Polkadot version or the substrate version of Astar.
So you start saying that, and I'm like, huh? But I get what you're saying because we've talked about it. But yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes.
So the DM was, I was asking him something about EVM coming to Cardano. I almost said it, but he said, no, Cardano is not EVM compatible. It will never work unless someone rewrites Remark in Haskell or whatever it uses.
Plutus.
So it'd be Plutus. So someone would have to write it to work with Plutus.
All right. Let's step back, take it out. Paps. Do we just go really basic and be like, what's your favorite project? What's your favorite non-fungible guys episode?
Oh, that's a good one.
I feel like we're supposed to end on that. Maybe
we can end on that. I'll ask a question after.
Yeah, I feel like we should go there.
I could do your one. So this episode, because every episode is the best. That one is nice. The best.
I'm okay with that.
No, there's loads of good ones. I like the Ben one. I like Bruno, obviously.
Those are all ones you pointed us. You took the chair and you're like, hey, look over here, guys. What's happening over here? Oh, yeah, look at that. That, again, I think we definitely shouted you out for the Ben episode because that, sure, I went in and asked, but I mean, you were the one that was in there saying, hey, these guys do this, and you were helping promote the shit out of us. So
producer Paps level 1000.
100%. The real question that Devon should have asked is, who's your favorite NFG?
Oh my god!
Oh,
I love you both like my son.
So good. All of a sudden, I puke and like disappear from camera.
Yeah, you just shrink out of frame.
I've just gone on mute.
No, you don't have to answer it. We know it's me. So anyway,
it's because I never get to talk to Devon. He's not. He's never on. He's never alive.
See what happens, Devon?
I do. I'm fine with it.
That's rude. Paps is right there. You said that? You don't want to talk to him?
Oh no, I do.
Well,
you're a busy guy.
He never stops, man. It's just
that's why I'm sick right now.
It's like chasing a toddler around trying to, hey, Devon, what do you want to do?
Don't put that in your mouth.
Yeah, it's just, what's in your mouth? Get over here. Why are you so quiet? Anyways, I think that's everything. What about Paps? Is there anything left?
Yeah, I guess the only thing I want to know is where are you taking this year? Who's going to be our heavy hitters?
Oh, to be honest, all of the big ones that I've been looking at, they've gone sort of in the last couple of days. Have been the last few that have come through. So the last couple of months have been the ones that I've been looking at. So Greycraft was one that just minted out this week, and those were the ones that I was heavily sort of involved with on the Discord. So it's all going to be new from now on. It's going to be good fun.
Yeah, cool,
nice. That's fun.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it at the next business meeting.
So stupid. Any plans to come overseas?
Not this year.
No?
Maybe next year.
I know CNFT con tickets just went on sale like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Devon. I didn't even message it to you.
No, you did.
What are you looking at right now?
My hand.
What's wrong with it?
And I'm just...
You're like, I don't know what to do with them.
You've already got a trip planned for the next couple of weeks.
You know, it's funny you say that because I'm like, I'll probably be over across the pond in August.
There you go. So you got to hook up with Paps.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that because I'm like, I think I'm going to stopping in Paris. So I don't know if we're gonna figure that out. Maybe I'll shoot over.
You'll have a real life face-to-face business meeting.
Yeah, there we go.
I got San Diego in 2 weeks. 2 weeks today.
Proud of you for that. That's sick. That's actually really cool.
It's been fun. The whole crew that I met in Austin is now. They've been getting gifted tickets as well. So it's like that crew's going too. So should be good.
Awesome.
Well, Paps, producer Paps, you know what? I'm going to say one thing. I'm proud of Devon for not reusing your real name.
Oh, yes.
You made it through the whole episode.
Real name. Entirely right. I'm
proud of you
all the time. And I told myself, I was like, don't.
I hope you wrote it on the computer. So that's what you're saying.
Right here, it's like,
don't say it. Oh, I thought you would have.
It's because I said it once and I was like, I can't do that.
That would have been great if you would have said it. So, Paps, thank you very much for being on, finally getting on the episode of NFGs.
Well, thank you for having me, guys.
No, well, you know what? No, formal thanks for carrying us. You know, you really, I don't know, man. You're like save our bacon. I don't want to say save our bacon. Like we have a podcast, but it's like way better because of you.
Definitely.
That's.
I would agree.
That's the truth. There. It is totally better.
It's been good fun. It's fun so far.
Yeah. And like we will actually talk next business meeting. Like actually, I know I keep cracking that joke, but it's a real thing. All right, guys, I'm done. Whatever.
Okay, you're done. Play the music.
All right, guys.
NFGs.
We out. Oh, wait, Paps should say it with us too.
Paps, you want to time it? You want to say it with us?
Yeah, you know the flow. You know it.
Yeah.
All right, Devon, play that music. He's so dumb. All right, NFGs. We out. So stupid.
Oh my God.